Good morning, Hassan Huskies. This is your principal, Dr. Miller. Today is Monday, October 28th, 2024. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Hassan Huskies, it's birthdays. Happy birthday. Jenna and Mrs. Leach, Christina and Mrs. Greenwald, Autumn and Miss Troy, Amelia and Mr. Ashley, Rowan and Miss Roddy, Jackson and Mrs. Sylvester, Vera and Mr. Spitzak, Emerson and Mr. Spitzak, Jackson and Mrs. Clem, Lydia and Ms. Greenwald, Miriam and Mrs. Meeker, Jackson and Mr. Spitzak, Miles and Mrs. Lazars, Ada and Mrs. Dockendorf, and November birthdays. We have Jace and Mrs. Reed, Clara and Mrs. Stemick, Amin and Mr. Willenbring, Caleb and Mrs. Clem, Kirsty and Mr. Ashley, Kennedy and Mrs. Clem, Oscar and Mrs. Craig, James and Mrs. Petter, and Jesse and Mr. Spitzak. Wow, that's a lot of birthdays. Happy birthday. At the end of the announcements, please come down to the main office to get your birthday book and a pencil. All right, Hassan Huskies, it's going to be such a great week. Did you know that this is the week of our fall dance? And so we will get to wear costumes at the dance. We're not wearing them at school, but we get to wear them to the dance. And that will be on Tuesday evening. And then also, some of your classes have really great plans for this week. It's going to be an exciting week. Please remember to listen to your teachers and make really great choices. All right, Hassan Huskies, we know that bullying often happens when adults are not around. And so it's really important that we are kind friends when adults are present and when they're not. Hassan Huskies, you belong here. It's a great day to be a Husky.